I've heard scenarios where we're going 13-3. I've heard scenarios that got us going 4-12. I think we're somewhere plus or minus 2 games, 8-8, 10-6. Just missing the playoffs. Potentially winning the division, though. And the team, I hate to say this, that I have winning the division this year is the Minnesota Vikings, taking it a second year in a row, getting that home playoff game there in their new stadium where it'll be all purple. All the lights will be purple. Everything will be purple for that home playoff game. And that first team's going to come in and just go, man, why our uniforms look different? Why does it look like we're wearing purple? This is so cool. And it'll be distracting for the first time each one of them goes into that environment. I don't know if you guys have seen the pictures, but I saw a picture of the inside of the stadium lit up all purple, and I just thought, man. And then they showed the big horn they have, the big Viking horn that's going to do the call they do. Things like 25, 30 feet long or something. It's amazing. It's a great stadium. It's definitely going to be an advantage this year for a team that just, they're building young studs. They have some veterans. Terrence Newman is back. He led them in interceptions. Captain Munnerlin, Mackenzie Alexander, Xavier Rhodes, Trey Waynes. Trey Waynes will probably start this year. I mean, that's a loaded at corner right there. And some of those guys could play safety if they wanted to. Everson Griffin, their top sack guy's back. Brian Robinson, he hurt Detroit a lot last season. Both games they played against, we could not stop him. They got Sharif Floyd inside. Michael Griffin's over there playing safety for him now out of Texas. 10-year vet. Nice offensive line with Alex Boone and Khalil. And they brought over Smith from Cincinnati to play the opposite tackle. They got Eric Kendricks and Anthony Barr at linebacker. Young linebackers who can run. Kendricks led him in tackles. Chad Greenway, there's another vet who knows how to get it done. Teddy Bridgewater, Sean Hill being his backup, that's great for him. He's going to be inside this year. No more excuses. I think that offense could take off with Quan Treadwell and Diggs and Charles Johnson. They could be good. Kyle Rudolph, in my opinion, healthy. You match him up with any tight end in the NFL. As far as, I mean, he can do exactly what Gronk does. He just can't stay healthy. That's the separation. So they got a lot of young players. Cordell Patterson, just stop playing him at receiver, get him a different contract, and make him a return man. Just full-time return. Don't even put him in the receiver group meetings. Don't talk to him about running routes. Just let him return kicks. This is a team that was great on defense last year. Great on third down conversions on defense last year. And what held them back was not being able really to convert on those third downs and keep those drives going. Because their defense was doing great. I'm very impressed with their defense. They gave up a lot of yards, but not a lot of points. It's kind of a bend, don't break kind of thing. But that's where, another year in the system, a couple more guys, more repetitions, and all of a sudden you see things start to come together. And I think that's what we're going to see from the Vikings this year. Made the playoffs last year. This year they make the playoffs and potentially make a splash. You're going to see Adrian Peterson give it everything he's got, no matter how old he keeps saying he can play till. You're going to see him give it everything this year because he knows he's getting long in the tooth and that it's coming down and that he's going to have to eventually call it quits. But they're a solid team. They're young. They're getting younger on the offensive side to match the defensive side. They've got guys like Everson Griffin that they brought up that are starting to, really pay dividends. Sharif Floyd, guys that they're drafting well, and now these players are starting to make an impact. So I have to give the nod to the Vikings. And like I said, those top three teams, the Vikings, the Packers, and the Lions, a couple things here and there, and those people could all switch places very easily. So, NFC North recap. I got the Vikings winning the division and going to the playoffs. I got the Packers coming in second and going to the playoffs. The Lions coming in third. And the Bears bringing up the rear. When we come back from the break, we'll have the good, the bad, and the ugly. We'll talk about James Harden, the flopper. And we wish you guys a good week.
Hey guys. The NFL season is almost here. And you know what that means? Fantasy football is right around the corner. Did you win your fantasy league last year? Would you like to win some extra money playing in a daily fantasy football this season? If so, the DirtCannon.com is here to help. You can get numbers and projections anywhere. But if you want to build a winner for a full season fantasy team, or just looking to win consistently in daily games, then do what I did and join the DirtCannon.com. They have it all in one place, fellas. Whether a bronze member or a silver, they will hook you up. I recommend the silver package. Starting today for the silver package, use my code RDST and you will get a customized 2016 NFL Draft Kit, Draft Day Intelligence, and access to their award-winning lineup analyzer with expert insight and analysis. So win your league, make some money, and take home the bragging rights with the DirtCannon.com and use Real Deal Sports Talk's promo code RDST. And for the first month with my code RDST, get $4.99 off the first month of your silver membership.
Alright, the good. The good, this is a story I love to see. I don't know if it's just for publicity. I don't know if he was really interested in doing this, if he's really giving back, if he's following up on his word about the power that he possesses and the position he has and how he can do good and make change. But Carmelo Anthony visiting the slums in Brazil, favelas in Rio, playing basketball with the kids, spending time with them, helping them dunk, sitting and just clowning a little bit. I love seeing stuff like that. Those kids are going to remember that experience for the rest of their life, the same way I remember meeting Barry Sanders at a football camp, and that changed me into a Lions fan. Those kids are going to be Carmelo Anthony fans. They're going to, if Brazil faces the United States in basketball, they would be cheering for Carmelo Anthony. That's the kind of influence and the kind of impact that has on a kid who lives in a slum. Like, we can't even imagine that. We take for granted so much, and even myself, I think about it all the time, how I complain about stuff. And then I remember, I live inside. I have floors. I have electricity and running water. I can choose to take a long shower. We take so much for granted because we're disconnected, because we're capitalistic. So I love seeing guys like Carmelo Anthony and other athletes and other entertainers and actors and singers and politicians and conservationists and zoologists and whatever, stepping out into these places and helping out those who want help, not trying to change the people, not trying to get rid of the indigenous and calling it progress, but really just being part of them and showing them you're just like them. We're all people. It's another great Olympic story. Another great Olympic. Sorry, I'm laughing. I'm not laughing about Carmelo. I'm laughing about the next thing, the bad. The bad is the Japanese pole vaulter going for his last attempt at 17 feet 3 inches. And he was going to get over the bar, but this man's penis hits the bar. That's right, his penis. His whole body would have cleared it. But the Japanese man's penis hits the bar, knocks it off, and he does not move on in his event. Are you kidding me? Come on now, when does that happen? If you got that kind of problem, tape it off to the side or push it back or do whatever you got to do. You can't be in the Olympics and have your junk knock the bar off, and that's why you don't qualify. That's why you don't move on. That's too big of a stage. Too big of a stage for something like, because now what is he going to be remembered as? The guy who won his country's Olympic trials and made it to the Olympics and competed well? No, he's now going to be the guy who knocked the ball off with his junk. So that's just bad all around. The ugly, I had a hard time picking just one. I got two uglies. One, the first one is the Cowboys and Rams fans, the multiple fights that took place with the return of football to LA. LA, wake up. You don't want to lose your team in a few years, like 10 years, because the owner's fed up with all the violence at the games and the extra security cost that's going to cost him. All the investors that are going to be building your new complex. You don't want to lose that. You don't want to lose the fan base with the most part of the money. I'm sorry, but that's true. You look from the business side again. That's why a lot of people don't take their families to NFL games anymore, and families are watching the game from home. It's not the same numbers. It's hard for me to go sit in an NFL stadium and listen to all the drunk idiots think they know what they're talking about, and they're completely wrong. I would say 2/3 of the time they're talking about something irrelevant or that didn't even happen. Because now we've made it so expensive to buy a hot dog or a ticket to a game that only morons with too much money or diehards who drink too much beer can afford to really go. And it ruins the experience for me. And it ruins the experience for a lot of people. And for the people who had to witness that fight, those fights, instead of being able to enjoy the return of the Los Angeles Rams playing the Dallas Cowboys, they had to worry about, okay, am I going to get in a fight now because I'm rooting for a different team? Bad showing. Another bad showing, and I'm going to skip that. I'm just going to go straight to let's get real. Let's get real, everybody. James Harden, you're a flopper. You don't need to react to a fan who called you out in the Drew League because you're still flopping. It's what you do. It's part of your Euro step. It's how you draw fouls. It's how you play the game. You're one of the best at it of all time. You're with Reggie Miller. You're with Anderson Varejao. You're almost as good as Vlade Divac and Manu Ginobili. Okay? LeBron James is in your category because, yes, he flops too. Paul Pierce, Derek Fisher, these guys. Go to the Sports Star and see their top 15 list. You belong on the list, James Harden. It's true. You're a flopper. Little bit of contact, you do some big move that looks exaggerated, and you get the foul. Good for you. It's like the Vikings' old play when they had Randy Moss early on. Throw it deep, he'll either catch it or get pass interference. That's what you do. I'm either going to get the call and go to the line, or I won't, and I'll try again next time. That's what you do. It's who you are. Don't be mad about it. Don't argue with the fans about it. The fans shouldn't be telling you you're pulling a Divac. But you know what? They paid. That's the give and take of making that much money to play a kid's game. Okay? I got a few little seconds left. I'm going to get back to the last part of the ugly. The Egyptian judo fighter, El Shihabi, 34 years old, who lost in judo to the 25-year-old Ors Hassan of Israel and refused to shake his hand for political or religious or whatever reasons. Bad showing. Sports brings people together, doesn't take us apart. Whatever you got going on at home, whatever that is, you squash it when you step into whatever your specific arena is. So good call for the Egyptians Olympic Committee sending him home and saying that is not okay. Wanted to get that in. So I want to thank everybody. Thanks for tuning in on your Wednesday. Thanks for checking out my show again. I appreciate the support. Sign up for the Real Deal Sports Talk Fantasy Football League on NFL.com. Check out the Facebook page. Go to the Android Google Play Store. Get the app. And until next time, everybody, you know what? Just be real.